Hi, I'm Heather MacInnis. I'm here at the Royal Winter Fair competing at the in the Canadian Championships with my horse Shine of Light. She's a 13-year-old Swedish warm blood. She's very big and very feisty and loves doing her job, and we're very excited to be here. About 3 years ago now, I was looking for a horse that I could start doing the Grand Prix with, and my coach actually found her in Florida. She was purchased by a man from Venezuela, and he was in an unfortunate car accident and got injured and couldn't ride her anymore. So he was trying to sell her, and at that point I was looking, and my coach saw a video of her and called me and said, "You need to come down here and try this horse." And at that point I had 2 horses I needed to sell in order to purchase her, and I was able to get that done fairly quickly and was able to purchase her. I have her syndicated with a bunch of my family and friends, and otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get it done. So I have a lot of support between my family and my husband's family, which makes it able for me to do this. For about 8 years I worked underneath Michael Grenier, who's a previous Canadian equestrian team member and very successful Grand Prix rider. I worked with him until I was able to build up my own business to the point where I was able to go out on my own, which I did a year ago October. I am basing my business out of a barn in Grimsby, Ontario. It's a 22-stall barn, privately owned by a really nice family who I started coaching their daughter, and it just kind of went from there, and it's been growing and growing. And I also coach out of another farm called Old Orchard Farms in Moffat, Ontario, and have, I think, about 22 kids now that show on the A circuit between ponies, jumpers, hunters, and it's going really well. On the A circuit all over Canada, and then we also compete in the States from time to time throughout the winter, and a couple times in the summer, places like St. Louis, Missouri, Virginia, Kentucky, Florida, and then obviously we do all of the Ontario national shows in order to qualify for the Royal Winter Fair. Actually, the very first time my start was a little bit different. I started out on the A circuit showing in the jumpers. I never had ponies. I skipped that step completely. So I started out doing the jumpers, which unfortunately in the jumpers you can't qualify for the Royal Winter Fair until you're doing up to the meter 40s. So in my last junior year, when I was 18, I had a horse that was a very talented jumper, but he was just way too slow. So we decided to make him into a hunter, and at which point we qualified for the junior hunters to show at the Royal Winter Fair. So that was when I was 18, so that was 11 years ago. And then the first time I came in the jumper ring was 2 years ago with Shine of Light in the National Talent Squad Finals, which we finished 2nd overall in Canada. It's just such an amazing atmosphere. The crowd and just all the families and people that come up and just want to pet your horse and learn about you, and it's just nice to, the commercials, how they say bring the, the country to the city, is very true, and it's just really fun to everybody else to be incorporated in our world. It's an awesome feeling when you walk in under those really bright lights with all those people cheering for you. It's pretty surreal. It's fun. Tonight and last night, I've kind of lost track. I think there's over 100 people that have bought tickets that are friends or family of mine that have come to watch, because this is a big deal for me, plus all of the people from out of the country that are watching online. So there's a huge support team. Well, tonight, I had a few rails last night. It was my first time ever competing in the Canadian Championships, so obviously my goal tonight is to jump clear and make it into the 2nd round. My horse is fully capable of doing it as long as I give her the right direction, and so we'll see. This being basically my first year doing all the real Grand Prix, next year I'd like to continue doing that and be more successful doing that, and just continue to build my business. And I have a lot of clients that would like to make it here next year as well, and it's growing really well, and I have a lot of nice up and coming riders, so it should be really fun.